Welcome back to Transformers Cyberverse Season 3. In today's episode review, we will be taking a look at Dweller in the Depths. One thing that bothered me about this episode right off the bat is the fact that when they release the shards into Windblade, we see at least 7 or 8 separate pieces go into her. But we've only seen Bumblebee collect, 3 since this whole arc started? And that's assuming that all these shards are all the shards of Windblade they've collected so far, and haven't dumped more shards into her earlier off screen. After all, apparently they've been collecting shards off screen, so why not? Again, I really wish this show was a full 22 minutes instead of only 11. We could have been cutting back and forth between Bumblebee collecting Windblade shards and the other Autobots trying to figure out what Megatron's up to, or something like that. Well, as we see, Windblade is abducted by Hammerbite. Again, like Jetfire and Meteorfire, I wonder if he's at all related to Skybite, what with them both being sharks and both their names ending with bite.
How ridiculous! I am Hammerbite, guardian of the Argon Sea! I protect all within it!
Well, you're doing a scrap job.
Also, Bumblebee comments how nobody knows what's down in the Argon Sea, but Hammerbite has Autobot symbols on him, meaning he's an Autobot. They aren't born Autobots, are they? So then he must have ventured outside the Argon Sea before and joined the Autobots, right? I'm very happy to see that McAdam returns in this episode. And it is finally confirmed that yes, he is Alchemist Prime, as he leaps from a monolith with the name Alchemist Prime written on it. In fact, and in case I forget to mention it later, all the monoliths here have the names of primes written on them. And later in the episode, he even states for a fact that he is Alchemist Prime. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't use the Argon Sea as an excuse to give us another Beast Wars Fusor homage, but then I realized looking at the list of Fusors left, none of them really would have been appropriate for this water-like environment. We already used Airhammer in Perfect Storm, and Injector in Journey to the Valley of Repugnance. Terragator and Twerka are more land-based. I couldn't see them swimming around here. Well, maybe Terragator? He is half alligator and half snapping turtle, and those both swim. Oh, maybe they could have used one of the Beast Wars mutants as inspiration. Yes, in case you didn't know, canonically, the Beast Wars mutants were originally Fusors that came into contact with Megatron's transformation virus from Beast Machines, but instead of being trapped in their Beast mode, they mutated and ended up having their previously fused Beast mode becoming 2 separate Beast modes. So maybe they could have used Poison Bite in here instead and given him a Fusor mode like he previously had, according to his fiction, that's half Scorpion and half Barracuda. Oh well. I like how Chromia references the Mistress of Flame, which makes sense as they are both from Caminus. Also, in case it wasn't already clear, the writers of Cyberverse are big Cthulhu fans. As we see in this episode, the titular Dweller in the Depths is not some big robotic worm energon vampire monster thing like in G1, but is in fact a Cthulhu Titan Transformer. I'm a little disappointed we don't actually get to see more of this Titan other than his head. Who knows, maybe we could eventually get some concept art of his bot mode, city mode, and who knows, maybe some kind of third giant squid mode or something. Although, now that I think about it, we haven't really had an aquatic city former before. Unless you count Urkanok. But yeah, for some reason, this gave me some Bioshock vibes. Also, I gotta wonder, how are they going to deal with this Dweller Titan? He does seem to be at least somewhat awake. Is he confined to the Argon Sea? How can Hammerbite hope to stand up to a Titan? Seems like another thing in Transformers Cyberverse that we're to assume somehow gets resolved off screen. By the way, I don't really get how destroying the Matrix would destroy the Primes. I mean, for one thing, Megatron's Matrix is from another universe, meaning the Primes within it aren't the same Primes as those in Optimus's Matrix, assuming that the Primes, Unicron, and Primus are no longer multiversal beings existing in all universes at once like it once was. but I believe that has since been retconned. Secondly, I've always understood that artifacts like the Matrix, Vector Sigma, and the Allspark are all just physical connections to the Transformers' spiritual afterlife that is also known as the Allspark, and that is where they truly reside. Destroying the Matrix would just be closing a door, not blowing up their whole house. I guess maybe Optimus is more concerned about destroying another parallel universe version of the Primes. Not necessarily that they're all linked, and that if you destroy them in one Matrix from one universe, it destroys all versions of them across the multiverse. One of Windblade's shards being in the Matrix is worrisome though. I'm afraid they won't be able to bring back Windblade after all this. But I guess we'll just have to wait for the next episode to learn more. For now, let me know what you thought of this episode down in the comments. What did you think of this Cthulhu Titan? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you back here soon for the second to last episode of Transformers Cyberverse, episode 25, Silent Strike.